name is Crash and I'm an artist. I do everything from painting to sculpting to writing. I actually just published my first book. I've been making art since I don't know, my mom says forever. I started photography when I was in high school. Photography really grabs me because it's capturing a moment that's never going to look like that ever again. So even if you're taking a picture of a statue, the circumstances where you're standing there taking a picture of that statue are never going to be the same again. And I really love shooting live events and live music because people are in motion and the way those people are coming together and the things that are happening are never ever going to be like that ever again. I started dabbling in visual art really seriously in 2014. I had some gap time between one live event and another and I just decided, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm inspired a lot by music. My brother is a musician and I come from a really musical family and I cannot play an instrument to save my life. Almost all of my art comes from a musical inspiration, whether that's lyrics or an album or an artist. I love photographing live music because it brings some of the energy of that performance into a medium that will stay. When I'm not writing or taking pictures, I am painting, mostly painting, but I do all kinds of other things as well. I do fiber art and multimedia art. I just finished a piece that was covered in glitter and my hands were full of silver glitter for like 3 weeks. Right before I left Texas, I got into paper cutting, which brings a dimension to a style that I already like, which is taking contrast between a background and a foreground or between an object and its surroundings with the way that I present figures and color, and paper cutting helps me do that as well. When I was 16, I was published in Bemidji State University's New Voices anthology with 2 poems. In the summer of 2015, I worked with Ramapo for Children and took photographs of day-to-day life along with a team of others and was able to sort through and edit those and present those to parents. In 2016, I started shooting videos for local music. I've shot videos for Durr. In the fall of 2016, I was on a program called Canoemobile with a nonprofit out of Minneapolis called Wilderness Inquiry. In addition to being an outdoor leader and interacting with youth, I was able to go out there with my camera and capture some of the moments that were happening. So I was featured on their website and their Instagram. In the spring of 2016, an old friend of mine and a creative compatriot of mine passed away from a heroin overdose. He was really significant in my development as a poet and as a writer, and I did a lot of writing about this man. A couple months after he died, I decided to collect everything into one place. I quickly realized that I had way too much material to fit into anything smaller than a book. So in November of 2016, I published my first book, Crazy Beautiful Life. That's probably been my biggest project to date. It's kind of intimidating to know that it's out there to the world, you know, where everyone can read it, but I'm also really excited about it. What do I do when I'm not making art? Is there even ever a time when I'm not making art? I really love working with kids and youth, and so I've worked at summer camps and in outdoor leader positions, which have been really, really great. Right now, I'm about to start school for occupational therapy, and I'm going to be in school for just over 2 years. I'm also openly bisexual and polyamorous, so I do a lot of advocacy for those groups of people in different places. I've run groups in the past about healthy non-monogamous relationships. In addition to being a student and an advocate and working with youth as much as I can, I am mentally ill. I've been diagnosed with general anxiety disorder since I was 12, major depressive disorder for 4 years or so now, and prevalent borderline personality disorder traits. Juggling being a student and an artist and a partner, you know, living life and doing all the life things and trying to make art and trying to do that in a way that I love as well as a way that other people love. Unfortunately, art often takes the backseat to the rest of life. Being supported on Patreon would mean that I would have more of an ability to continue making art. It would make my art more accessible to other people. It would make my ability to do art more accessible to me as I work and go to school and do all of the other things I am already doing. If you support me on Patreon, you have a ton of really cool rewards. All the rewards stack, so if you support me at, say, the $15 level or $20 level, then you get everything from the $1 and $10 level as well. Most reward tiers are going to get a copy of my book, and if I publish anything else, you'll also get a copy of that. I have almost a 10-year-old archive of photography where I can continue picking and choosing some of my favorite prints to offer to you guys. I can offer you discounts on sales and commissions as well. I love doing commission work. It's so much fun to play with other people's ideas. Every amount that would come in from Patreon is something that I'm going to put right back into my art, because that's where I spend all of my money anyway. And so the more that comes in, like, the more art I'm able to make, the more equipment I'm able to have to, like, continue making projects that I love. If you're interested in following my art more, you can find me on Facebook at Blank Page Photography. You can find me on Tumblr at Crash Margulies, Margulies. You can find me on Instagram at Wait for High Tide. You can find me on Twitter at Wait for High Tide. You can find me at Store Envy at crashmargulies.storeenvy.com, and that's where I sell all of my prints and original pieces for sale, and that's where you can order my book right now. Or you can subscribe for updates here on Patreon. So yeah, thank you for listening to me talk, and I hope that you enjoy the art that you see and that you consider tossing me a couple bucks so that I can continue doing what I love to do. Thanks so much.